be ready to get off with this fourth game of the young season for the Saline girls lacrosse team as they're looking for their first win of the year, off to a tough 0-3 start so far. And Emily Hill appears to be just about ready to take the opening face-off here for the Lady Hornets. Hill, one of the key senior leaders for this team, as she's had a couple goals in several of the games this year. She has committed to Albion to pursue her lacrosse and academic career, so she's going to need to continue her scoring effort here and hopefully have some help from her Hornets teammates if Saline wants to finally get a win in the win column here.
So right now, Saline with possession of the ball. Pass to the inside. Sent out of bounds out the back. As Novi will now gain possession.
And as previously mentioned, Saline 0-3 on the young year, coming off a loss to Northville 11-4. Emily Hill did have 2 goals. Grace Livesey, another name that you're going to hear mentioned quite a lot tonight, being another senior leader for the Hornets. Her and Kate Kloosterman, one of the Hornets' better junior players, also scored, and Saline lost a bright 19-4 before that. Kind of ran into a buzzsaw, but the Bulldogs do have one of the better lacrosse teams in the entire state of Michigan, so no shame. And that good learning experience for the ladies. And first game we covered, Saline losing to West Bloomfield 18-6, but once again Emily Hill had 2 goals, Livesey had 2, but a lady that I really think needs to get going for the Hornets is Anna Lachard. Is being a senior leader. She scored quite a lot last year, but it's been off to a little bit of a slow start so far.
Novell for the Wildcats with the ball, with a pass sent all the way to the back, intended for Richardson, sent out of bounds. As the Hornets will now gain possession.
And starting in goal for the Lady Hornets is Megan Zipka. Normally it's Eva Dorlag, but for whatever reason, Zipka getting the start behind the post here tonight. You're going to see a lot of Dorlag. However, her secondary position revolves around her being a defender. So you're going to see her a lot on the defensive end, trying to help out her fellow goalie counterpart.
Livesey with the ball. Looking for an option. Pressured hard by number 9 of Novi, Novell, as she drives it right inside, taking the shot and finding the back in the net, giving the Hornets that early 1-0 lead.
Well, and that's a really good start for the Hornets there. The boys lacrosse team was able to quickly dispatch of Novi High School last night, so for them to be able to get off to a really quick start here, especially without Lachard, it looks like Lachard so far, or I don't know if Lachard's on the field, but nonetheless, a really good start there for the girls, and if they're able to do that, they could be in for their first win of the year.
Once again, the face-off between Hill and Cotter of Novi. Knocked down as number 8 of Novi competes with, looks like, Layden of Saline. With possession, Saline, number 45, Kloosterman, with a pass outside to number 4, Hill. Hill looking for the option as the Hornets are looking to set up an offensive possession. Passing the outside once again to Kloosterman. Kloosterman looking for a lane to drive inside, puts it up, takes the shot, and once again finds the back of the net. Hornets with an early 2-0 lead.
Well, Saline so far, Patrick's taken a page out of the boys' lacrosse textbook as they've beaten every team that they played. They're 4-0. They beat UAD Jesuit 16-7. Started off the year, beat Birmingham Brother Rice, who's always a powerhouse, 14-2. Beat Toledo St. John 16-4, and beat these Novi Wildcats 16-6. So far off to a really strong start here for the ladies. It's really good to see. Is Kloosterman, who's probably been the tertiary scorer for the Hornets behind Livesey and Hill. She's probably the third best pure scorer on the Hornets, is able to connect there. And Saline with a quick 2-0 start here with 22 minutes left in the first half.
The second faceoff goes in favor of the Hornets as Hill chases after her, but can't get her, just can't gain possession as Pringle walks away with it from Novi. Pringle now looking to slow down the pace of the game and set up a good offensive movement.
Livesey hounding her, and Novi gets on the board.
Second shot taken by Cotter there, number 13 for Novi. With no pressure made by Saline, Cotter was able to find a lane and push her way all the way to the goal.
Saline going to be looking for that really quick start here, going to be looking to respond. Still holding the 2-1 advantage here. Saline's been really able, and that's kind of been the mantra all year for them, is when they win face-offs, they've been able to get in their offensive sets and set themselves up with a lot better of a scoring chance. And Emily Hill, being the main offensive threat for the Hornets, is also going to be taking a lot of the face-offs here, as she's kind of the point guard of this lacrosse team.
Hill and Cotter once again. Up in the air as Hill nearly gains possession. His whistle is blown. Play is stopped as Cotter will maintain possession, and a long pass sent to Garcia. And Garcia will look for a lane and opportunity to drive it all the way in with a shot that went just wide. Zipka now in goal with possession.
Good awareness there by Zipka, as Novi had a half-decent scoring chance there, but they were at such an acute angle. Zipka doing a good job. Really would be really hard for them to score on the left side of Zipka right there. Did a really good job closing off the right side, not allowing a high leverage shot.
Livesey with the ball, pressured by two Wildcats, looking for that big coast-to-coast move. Passing opportunities are sparse as she finds Hill along the side. Hill now looking to set up an offensive play.
And you know what, though? I really like the approach that Saline's taking so far. In that first game that we covered against West Bloomfield, they seemed to be rushing a little bit. They were really getting kind of anxious. But right now, the patience, there is obviously no shot clock in lacrosse. So good shot there, not able to convert, however. Strong shot there. Emily able to re-corral it. Good save again. However, that patience is really going to pay off. Look at the quality of shots that they're getting versus when they played against West Bloomfield. They've already got 2 goals here, and they just had 2 more really good chances.
Drive in by Saline with another shot before the whistle is blown. And play is stopped.
I believe that's going to be almost a penalty shot here for Saline. Saline looks to get their 3rd goal of the night here so far.
The whistle is blown once again as play stopped. And Saline will receive another attempt. The second shot does not fall.
Hill now, Saline's going to be able to recuperate here, get their offensive mojo going, especially after missing Emily. Hill with a nice wrist shot there. 3-1 in favor of the Hornets, and I told you that pressure and that offensive rhythm that they're getting and that patience is really going to pay off, and it's good maturity move there by the senior, not allowing Novi to really get anything going defensively wise. Really smart with her passes that entire offensive sequence. And Saline doing a good job not getting rattled after they were initially not able to convert on several of those opening shots. They were able to get possession back and get right back up on the horse, so to speak. So right now, about as well of a start as the Hornets could have imagined, and by far and away the best 6 minutes of their young season here.
Face-off goes in Saline's favor. And Saline with possession. Lindsay looking for the passing opportunity. Currently pressured by Cotter as she makes an attempt in a drive towards the goal with an excellent shot off the iron into the back of the net.
Boy, Livesey went coast to coast there. Not much contention there at all by the Wildcat defense. And I tell you what makes this even more impressive for the Hornets' success so far is that without Anna Lachard, who's one of their best offensive playmakers, Livesey and Hill doing exactly what they're supposed to do and getting 2 quick goals and holding true to form so far. Klusterman also with a goal. So Saline right now, 3 big players that have really contributed for them have so far gotten them off to a quick 3-goal advantage. However, as the season goes on, I'm sure the coach for Saline, the new head coach for the Hornets being Ashley Glenn, is going to like to see some other contributions from other players so far.
Absolutely. When they're facing off against a defense that isn't really pressuring them and isn't forcing them to make a move and letting them get in this offensive rhythm, then it's very, very difficult to stop that once that rhythm is actually in the move. And the Hornets are making a lot of effort on that to make sure that they stay ahead and they have the possession.
Well, and that's a good point. And I think another reason why Saline's been able to get off to such a quick offensive rhythm is it really all starts in the face-off circle. When they're able to automatically corral the face-off and they're able to immediately get set, you have Novi defenders who are trying to get back, maybe a little bit of confusion in terms of defensive assignments and scheming, but so far Saline having a really easy job kind of marching down there, not really having much defensive resistance at all from the Wildcats. And if Novi doesn't start pressuring Saline could be in once again for their first win of the year, and I'm sure it would be the first win of Ashley Glenn's varsity career as she takes over for Eric Boyer. Eric Boyer was lacrosse coach here for a number of years. Her daughter, Kennedy Boyer, very good all-state goalie for the Hornets. So he finally stepped down after this year, and Saline getting a fresh new face in Ashley Glenn. And Hill, once again, with the face-off here. She's going to be looking to win that.
Face off of the Hill against Cotter once again. Saline fights for possession, but it looks like number 22, Pringle, of Novi gains possession as she races down the field. Nearly through three Saline defenders, but the whistle is blown, halting the play.
Well, not only did they win the face-off, but Pringle took that just about right down to the Hornets' doorstep as she blew right past Celeste Roof. Not much resistance there, however. Good start out of the timeout so far for the Lady Wildcats.
Pringle now with a shot inside, intended for number 19, Richardson. Knocked out of the way as the Hornets battle for possession. The whistle is blown once again, and play is stopped.
Boy, Novi is right there, and if they're able to get any sort of shot right off from the close proximity that they are most likely going to score here.
Pass out front to Pringle. Pringle looking for the lane inside, and the shot opportunity finds the back of the net, bringing the score to 4 Saline and 2 for Novi.
Well, at the end of the day, there, Saline can't allow Pringle to split that double team and leave Zipka a sitting duck, so to speak. So far did a good job in terms of defensive resistance, but not the best effort there by the Hornets. They're going to need more defensive rhythm. The defense been a little inconsistent as the years started to kick off here. However, their offense is continuing so far off to a good spot here, but Saline really needs that complete game in order to kind of boost their morale after a tough early start to the year here.
And a face-off between Hill and Cotter nearly in Saline's favor, but as number 9, Novell for the Wildcats pick it up with a long pass from number 19 to number 11, Garcia of the Wildcats. Goes awry and and completely heads out of bounds, but Saline will maintain possession with that one.
Saline got a little bit fortunate there, a little bit of that errant pass by Novi, but Novi able once again to get it across midfield onto their side of the field. However, that errant pass allows Saline albeit rather deep in Wildcat territory to kind of reset and hopefully get going. His door leg now with possession. Take it out at about the 15.
Door leg pressure there by 2 Wildcats before the whistle's blown. Pressure by 3 now with a pass sent over the head, intended for Hill. Cut short by the Wildcats. Number 9, Novi for Novi. Looking for an opportunity, but the whistle is blown and play is stopped. Novell once again. Sending a pass intended for number 11, Garcia. Cut short there by Saline. Hill now with possession.
Boy, good defense there by Hill. She's able to corral that in front of the goalie pass by the Wildcats, especially with the departure of Abby Morton and Quinn Alexis last year, 2 really good field hockey players for the Hornets, and were a big reason why they went so far in the playoffs last year. Hill's starting to really take that senior leadership role that's become so accustomed of Saline athletics over the years, regardless of what sports team it's on. Her and Livesey being the catalyst so far for the Hornets offense. However, Novi starting to kind of turn the tide after that initial goal to make it a 4-2 margin, really starting now to get their offensive sets going, and Saline's going to want to buckle down here in order to preserve that 2-goal advantage that they currently have at the 15-minute mark here of the first half.
Novell with possession, looking for the long pass towards the net. Intended for Richardson. Snapped right over her head and out of bounds.
Good defense there by Saline, though. Did a good job blocking off Richards, so that over the head pass is going to allow Saline to recapture possession, albeit briefly. Novi doing a good job with that contested ball there. However, Saline now, led by Layden, is going to be able to get another corralled ball, and she's got 4 Wildcats around her. However, she's going, and she's got
with Klusterman wide open down the field. She's looking for an opportunity just to get behind the net and set up an offensive movement for the Hornets.
Saline still looking now. Patience holding true to form, though. Hill with the ball. Going to be looking for anything going. Might go to her teammate Livesey. Still looking.
At the point with no pressure made by the Wildcats, the Hornets are just looking for a clear opportunity. Pass there intended for Klusterman.
Klusterman not ready for the pass there. She was caught no man's land, so to speak. Good pass there by Hill. However, no harm, no foul, as Hannah Allen for the Hornets is able to corral it. Saline's able to get the possession back there.
Allen's looking for a lane opportunity. The pass sent intended for Livesey over the head, as it was nearly corralled by Dorlag as she was knocked down. But the whistle was blown, stopping the play, and Dorlag will start with possession.
And Jade Lim with a hard check there on Dorlag. However, Dorlag being the goalie for the Hornets, no harm, no foul, and a little bit of contact there. Lacrosse being a physical game, it's going to happen.
Dorlag now looking for that lane opportunity.
Good pass to Livesey.
Livesey with the spin, trying to get an opportunity to shot. This whistle was blown. Looks like a yellow card on number 24 for the Wildcats.
And a Hickson going to be called for the foul there. Saline doing a good job, and Novi getting a little bit of chippy, trying to do anything they can in order to get Saline out of their offensive rhythm. However, Livesey's going to have a golden opportunity to kind of score here, almost like a penalty shot in hockey after that infraction. Oh, good save. Good save by Elise Wilbur. Boy, hard shot, was able to crouch down and kick that ball aside. However, good hustle there by Hannah Allen in order to ensure that the Hornets get another scoring opportunity.
Absolutely. A great shot and an even better save. Allen now over to Hill.
Well, Saline's doing a good job hustling to those loose possessions and loose balls, though. I mean, they're just getting shot after shot after shot after shot, and eventually it's going to pay off.
Livesey with the drive inside with another great shot.
Boy, at least
saved by Wilbur.
Doing her best Jimmy Howard impression. That's two just phenomenal kick saves there. And Novi really fortunate not to be down 5-2 here, but nonetheless, Saline's got to be able to regroup on defense here.
It's the Jimmy Howard impression of like 4 years ago, though.
It was good earlier this year, but
yeah. Novi with possession. Pressured by two Saline defenders. It's number 13, Cotter. Now 3 Saline defenders. Cotter looking for help. Taking it to the point to try and set up an offense for the Wildcats in this situation. Pringle now.
Boy, after those initial 6 goals in the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game here, we've kind of slowed into a little bit of an offensive standstill, so to speak. So it's going to be really interesting to see what team's going to be able to kind of break up the monotony of not scoring here for the last several minutes.
And Sara now.
And just a fun little fact, folks, lacrosse actually was practiced. It was a similar stick and ball handling game that was practiced for several years by the Cherokee and Indian tribes. With that, another goal by Novi. They're able to bring their deficit down to 1. However, when white settlers came over from Europe, Jesuit priests would encounter these Cherokee, these Iraqi tribes that were playing this stick and ball game, and it was from there that lacrosse eventually kind of had its root, and from there, lacrosse being one of the fastest growing sports in both youth America and competitive level. The Major League Lacrosse, the MLL, has really done a good job in terms of popularity, so really interesting to see here how this lacrosse game is kind of taken full force here in Saline.
The last goal by Novi was scored by number 9, Novell.
Boy, a little bit of a heartbreaker there for Saline as they were able, shot after shot after shot. Novel, you know, that could be a goal that potentially turns the tide there for the Hornets as they were able to get 4 or 5 quality scoring chances, not able to convert. And just, you know, phenomenal saving there by Elise Wilbur, and then they're able to go down there to their side of the field and punch their 3rd goal in so far, and looks like Patrick are going to be in for a thriller here.
Absolutely, and those are the best games to call overall.
It is, absolutely. I was on the air last week when Saline was able to beat Novi 16-6, and obviously being a Saline senior, you like to see them win at any time, or, you know, regardless of how they win, you like seeing them win. But when they're up 7-8-1 in the second quarter, not really, I don't want to say not a lot of action, but not, you know, as much effort, not as much just of that excitement that is so accustomed to sports.
With that said, during this timeout, we have just under 11 minutes remaining in the half. As Saline still leads 4 to Novi's 3.
And Glenn's just going to be trying to get a quick breath for the Hornets here, maybe just a timeout, like a lot of times you see in basketball when a team goes on an 8-0, 10-0 run, just to kind of calm the waters a little bit, get reset, let cooler heads prevail. So a good timeout there by Glenn as Novi scored the last 2 goals. And after Saline got out to that initial 3-goal lead, Novi's been able to trim the deficit back down to 1. Never led in the game, but they are close. And for all you folks out there who would like more lacrosse action, we will be next on the air this Friday when the boys lacrosse team takes on Plymouth at 7 p.m. Plymouth and Canton were 2 teams that made it to the original Division I final last year, and we've already touched on just how absolutely outstanding the boys lacrosse team has been as every team that they've played, and they have played some good teams. The lacrosse teams from the Catholic League, the UD Jesuit Cubs, Birmingham Brother Rice are about as good as it gets, and Saline's been able to kind of manhandle both of them. They beat the Cubs 16-9, and they beat Brother Rice 14-2. They followed that up with a 10-point win over Novi and Toledo St. John's, which we were on the air for. They beat by 12, but the Wildcats are probably going to be their toughest test of the young season so far, and if they win that, they're going to be looking to improve to 5-0. So stay tuned for that. The game will be at 7 p.m. Password is always Saline, and is always on SalineLive.com.
The whistle's blown now. Pringle with possession with a shot opportunity as well. Once the whistle was blown, she was able to find the back of the net with a bounce shot, tying the game at 4 apiece with just over 10:15 remaining in the first half.
Pringle. Saline looking to, it's got to just find a way to stop. Just going to have to find a way to stop the bleeding here. Is it's going to be the true mark of a team. Is, you know, it's easy to be all nice and ecstatic when things are going well, but after that start in the last 6-7 minutes, the tides really turned in favor of the Wildcats. So how is Saline going to be able to respond from this punch in the mouth? I like to think of every sporting event is almost a 10-15 round boxing match. You're going to get hit your fair share of times, and hopefully you're also going to be able to land your fair share of punches. But at the end of the day, it's the team that's going to be able to land more punches that's going to come out of here a winner.
Absolutely. Livesey currently with possession, looking for an offensive opportunity. Finds a lane, takes the shot with an excellent bottom corner.
However, I think the shot's going to be waved off. However, Livesey, tell you it's a little interesting. She scored the goal, but the penalty, I believe, was called before. Oh, boy, what another good save by Wilbur. However, it's kind of interesting because it looked like it was continuation, and if that's, you know, basketball, obviously, you know, that goal would have counted and there would have been another infraction. However, nothing doing there for the Hornets as Klusterman almost was able to regain possession there for the Hornets. However, the pass jumped over her stick, and Saline now looking to regroup. However, when I saw that defensive possession, good defensive adjustment there by Novi is Hill, who's already scored a couple of goals for Saline. They're really shifting the defensive zone over to her side, and the results so far are yielding extremely positive results for the Wildcats. Hill not really being able to operate in much space. However, that means Livesey's going to have a lot. He's going to have a lot more free room to reign in front of the net.
Novi currently with possession. Number 6 for Nova, and Sara currently to the outside to Cotter, to Pringle. Pringle looking for an offensive movement here.
Boy, good defense there by Caroline. Layden was able to knock the ball out of the stick. Boy, look at her now, just completely harassing Pringle down. Pringle with a good spin move there is going to drive in. Look, boy.
Finds a lane and is able to find the back of the net as well.
After the really initial quick start by the Hornets here, Novi takes their first lead of the game, albeit to a 5-4 advantage there. Is good defense there by Layden. However, Pringle has just been able to spin off any Hornets defender and, you know, do what she wishes in front of the net. Obviously, a lot of that, some of that skill, but maybe you got to do what the Hornet or what the Wildcats have done with Emily Hill and start shifting more of your defense to that side. Wherever she is, you might want to put 2 or 3 ladies on her, because she right now has really been the focal point of the Wildcats' offense.
We got a face-off change with Livesey now taking the face-off against Cotter.
There's never been a bigger point so far where Saline's really going to need another goal here, and I'm back to that. Saline Hill won the first couple face-offs, but once again, Novi deep in offensive zone here.
Cotter nearly finds the lane to take it in.
Foul going to be called, though. And we will have a reset here.
Cotter now looking for a great shot opportunity. The Hornets need to get inside real quick as they're able to shut down the shot.
Good job there congesting that passing lane, not allowing a lot of leverage to get off on that shot, doing a good job getting arms, hands, any which way that any of the ladies can in order to slow down the pass and hopefully ricochet it out of the immediate area of the net and the goalie.
Saline with possession. For a pass down low to Klusterman. Klusterman looking for that inside pass now. Ball wasn't in her possession, although she still took the shot. There's Novi now with possession.
Pringle with a bounce pass over to her teammate far side. And Novi now able.
knocked out by Saline as the whistle is blown and play is stopped.
I believe it's going to be a foul on Novi for a kicked ball. Yeah, you're not allowed to kick the ball in advance of your possession. So Saline's going to regain possession here. Little fling pass there. Over to Livesey. Livesey now looking. He's going to survey the field. She's got Hill right side there.
Looking for the shot opportunity. Livesey's going all the way in, taking a shot with a nice pass. Finds the back of the net. Ties the game at 5 apiece with just over 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half.
You just get the feeling that with the Wildcats really shifting their defense over to Hill, Livesey's going to have a lot of good scoring opportunities, and so far she's capitalized on quite a few of them, and she's able to continue to be right in front of the net like that and blow by her defender. Saline is going to be in good shape here as the game continues to move on with just 6:33 left here. It's 5-5 game. Far and away the most interesting lacrosse game that we've called so far this year, so really excited to see how this game concludes.
Once again, Livesey and Cotter with the face-off. It looks like Novi will walk away with possession as it's Pringle, and play is stopped for a quick reset.
Boy, it seems like every time Novi gets possession, Pringle, oh, what a pass.
A long pass to the inside to Novi.
Boy, she had Zipka dead to right there.
Yep.
Just a good pass, and boy, Saline allowing her way too much space. So far, Novi once again able to respond, take the lead once again, 6-5.
Was that number 7? Yes. Yes. All right, Novi goal number 7, Elena Smith.
Goal there scored by Elena Smith, number 7 of Novi.
Boy, and there was another original pass there by Emily Pringle, and it's every time Novi scores, she's either passing, scoring, or doing some combination of the two. So Saline really going to need to start either shifting their defensive zone or just have Hill patrolling her. Livesey now.
Livesey looking for the same opportunity, finding the lane, doesn't take the shot, passes it to the outside to number 11 who takes the shot. Novi's able to walk with possession there.
Well, at the end of the day, you just got to make some of those shots, you know. Livesey and Hill can't be the only ones scoring all of the offensive possessions there.
And Sarah now looking for the lane opportunity, takes the shot.
Off the top of the crossbar, boy. Novi almost has their 7th goal of the game here, and take one out of Saline's playbook, getting right to the periphery of scoring and having a cruel fate not able to push another point across.
Novell now with possession.
And with just a little over 5 minutes here, left in the first half, Novi holding on to the narrowest of margins here to a 6-5 lead.
Novi with possession once again, takes the shot, blocked and shut down.
Good job, Zipka. Did a good job there. Cutting off the pass. Once again, Eva Dorlag not getting the starting goalie here tonight, as Zipka getting some much-needed playing time there in between the pipes for Saline.
Cotter for Novi. Pressured hard by Saline defense there. Nearly knocked out.
Kloosterman now looking. She's going to be sandwiched in between.
Pressured very hard there. Klusterman looking for that quick movement to get open. His whistle is blown.
It's going to be a sticking foul on. It's going to be on Novi. So Kloosterman now going to have some much needed space to work with here. I'd be very surprised if it's either not given to Livesey or Hill here. Yep, Hill. This time, that defensive pressure backing off a little bit for Novi as they're content to let Hill run around here. And now they're giving her a little too much room.
And Hill with the open lane takes the shot. And another block.
Boy, I tell you what, Wilbur is having herself a game. Just save after save after save. Single-handedly keeping the Wildcats in the game here, because that's about the 4th or 5th goal there, where Saline's had a really good shot. She's just been able to, whether it be great body position or something else, just so far done a really good job preserving this 1-goal lead for Novi and keeping them in the game when they were down early.
And the long move made there by Ansara as she still has possession with another opportunity.
If you're Saline, you really don't want to go down by 2 goals here. Megan Zipka going to have to come up big for the Hornets.
Pressured
Good.
hard by Hornet defenders with a pass towards the other side. Takes a shot and does not fall.
It looked like from this vantage point.
It
that
looked like
didn't
it
go in.
did, but it
yeah,
didn't.
I guess from the vantage point that we're at, not able to see there, but regardless, you cannot allow just a broadside pass and allow a Novi player to be just that wide open. I mean, I don't know who was supposed to be on her, but clearly a missed assignment there by the Hornets as they were doing a really good job pressuring on the right side, but kind of failed to recognize that there were Novi players on the left side there, and very lucky not to be down by 2 goals here.
Cotter taking the shot opportunity, finds the back of the net after a bounce shot.
Well, that was due to happen after they were able to get some really good offensive rhythm going there. They had offensive possession. That kind of just goes back to they're able to corral out of them loose balls there, and at the end of the day, Saline is probably going to have a little bit of a better taste in their mouth as they were off and running and thought that they'd be well on their way to their first win of the year, and now they're going to have to play catch-up so far and hope so not going 0-4.
With 2:25 remaining in the game.
Seems like a really quick half, hasn't it? Yeah, it's not had a lot of stoppages in play here. Been a rather quick half so far here, and after Livesey performs the face-off duties, similar to how between Martin and Richards, Connor Martin and Sammy Richards for the boys lacrosse team, you're going to have Hill and Livesey alternate face-off duties, as they're probably going to be the only 2 ladies for the Hornets performing face-off duties. And boy, the Wildcats once again able to corral it. However, good defense there by Layden.
And Wilk with possession now, number 14 for Novi.
Saline's got to clean up some of their defense, doing a pretty good job on offense, getting some high leverage shots, but so far their defensive struggles continue to manifest themselves here so far as this game continues to go on. Good wrist save by Megan Zipka. Strong job there, keeping the deficit to a manageable 2 goals. However, once again, in goal, foul going to be called, but Saline really needs something, any sort of, whether it be any sort of possession corralment in order to kind of break up this constant onslaught of the Wildcats' offensive attack.
Shot there taken by Novell, sent way out of bounds.
They will retain possession, however, and we'll look to regroup here.
It's number 7 for Novi, Smith with the ball. To Novell. To Pringle. Pringle now pressured. With an open lane now, Pringle looking for that opportunity. Takes the shot and finds the back of the net, bringing Novi's lead to 8-5 with 1:23 remaining in the first half.
Boy, has this been a complete 180 or what? Saline up 4-1, and now Novi, quick 7-1 scoring run here. Just Saline right now. Seems whatever defender is on Pringle's not able to stop her from just getting, pretty much whatever look she wants in terms of offense. Layden struggled a little there. Is the senior Pringle once again with the goal. Saline now is going to be looking to score anything. Boy, what a complete change of fortune there for the Hornets. If they're able to continue to get some of these offensive looks that they had earlier in the game and that Livesey and Hill have been able to, though they will probably find themselves right back. And here's the game continues to wind down.
And Hill took that opening face-off once again. Still against Cotter now.
I tell you what, too, though, Novi's defense has really tightened up, too. Give credit to them. Winning face-offs. Did a really good job forcing Saline out of bounds there, and their defensive pressure is going to pay off as they're going to be able to regain possession. And once again, Pringle running rather freely down the sideline.
Looking for that offensive formation. Pringle now slows the play. Sent over to Novell.
And with just 50 seconds here, Novi going to be looking to Boy, Novi's done a really good job with that spin move here today. Good job for them. Pringle's done a really good job doing that to score some of her goals. And we see Katie Novell, another key contributor for the Wildcats, able to cause the Hornets defense some havoc here. Good stick check there by Klusterman, however, starting to... That's how they're going to have to play on Roof if they hope to have a shot here as the game winds down. Good defense there.
Nearly finds a lane there, still maintains possession after it bounces around for a bit. The pass outside to Pringle. Pringle now looking for a shot opportunity.
Boy, once again, another spin move, and she's at about the 11-yard line. Wrist shot, sent over the edge, and with just 3 seconds left here, probably going to... Novi going to be looking for just a quick pass and shoot. If they're able to complete a pass, you almost have to shoot right in front of the net. And at the conclusion of the first half, the Novi Wildcats find themselves in an 8-5 lead after Saline got off to a quick 4-1 start here. And once the second half commences after a short 10-minute intermission, we will be back to bring you guys the second half of tonight's action here. And as always, I'm Nathan Stearns.
And I'm Patrick Canavan. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in a few.
Oh, perfect.
You remember me saying that, right?
But I thought,
back after the first half.
Saline looking to kind of quell the Novi momentum that really took that second part of the first half. It was all Novi Wildcats. After the first 5 minutes were a decisive Hornets victory. Saline finds themselves down by a 3-goal margin. However, they were able to jump up to a quick 3-goal margin here. So no big sweat for the Hornets if they're able to stop the bleeding. They struggled with that a little bit against the Wildcats here, but they find themselves in a manageable deficit if they're able to get some good looks here and they're able to start winning some faceoffs. They'll be right back in the middle of it here.
Well, a 25-minute half, Saline has plenty of opportunities here. As Hill will take the face-off against Novell. Number 9 is a change for Novi. As before, it was 13 Cotter. And Novell walks away with possession as Hill loses her footing. Novell now contested by Livesey. Around Roof. Looking for the opportunity. Cannot find a lane. Doesn't take the shot. Looks to head it back on the outside.
Good wall-off defense there by Hill. Did a good job after taking the tumble on that opening face-off.
And a shot taken by Ansara, knocked out of the way and sent out of bounds towards the back. Novi will still maintain possession. Once again, Novi with possession, looking for an options. A long pass sent outside to number 22, Pringle. Big help for Novi in the first half.
Probably the biggest contributor on either the Hornets or the Wildcats. Biggest overall contributor so far, and doing a good job in the second half so far. Once again, being really patient with the possession here as Emma Hickson's going to check back in for the Wildcats after her initial infraction here in the first half. We're going to get a quick whistle here, but boy, just causing all kinds of havoc. Hornets struggling to find any productive way to defend her without fouling. If they're able, and that may be the key to the Hornets' success from here on out, is if they're able to at least quell some of the momentum that Pringle has. Saline's going to be in a lot better of a shape here because with the exception of her and Katie Novel to a lesser extent, Novi's not had a lot of ladies that have really kind of stood out to me, at least in terms of overall contribution, where Pringle has just been so good, and the Hornets have struggled to really find any sort of way to quell once she's gotten going. It's just been kind of what Brandon Wade did when we were covering when we were covering Saline's basketball game against Skyline, and just had a hard time quelling anything.
Novell there with the open lane, nearly got a shot away, but the whistle's blown.
Saline's got to find a way to clamp down on defense here. First couple minutes kind of going in the way of the Wildcats here. And I give credit to Novi. Novi, though, doing a really good job after not panicking after finding themselves down 3 goals. And now Novi, their largest lead of the game here, largest overall lead for either team as they find themselves up by 4 goals.
With a big open shot there, taken by number 9, Novell for Novi, bringing their lead to a 9-5. Just over 22:45 remaining in the half.
Well, and once again, Saline struggling to win faceoffs. That when they were scoring, they were winning faceoffs, and as insignificant as that may seem, I think that's a direct correlation to, if you win faceoffs, obviously everybody gets set. You're a lot more adept against high leverage shots, and Saline's really going to have to dig down deep and find an extra gear here because so far really struggled to kind of stop the bleeding. And if they're not able to get something going here, that may be the story of the game, is after their best start to a game here early, not able to quell a little bit of momentum. However, Hannah Allen's going to drive in, trying to get a shot off. It's contested, and the ball's going to be kicked out here.
By the Hornets there.
Is Madeline Zipka, the sister of Megan Zipka, who's in goal for the Hornets. Had a hard time corralling that pass, however, Saline able, they really need a goal here. Anything to kind of get their morality back up here. Is lacrosse, as well as basketball and many other sports, is kind of the game of momentum here, and Saline desperately needs any sort of break they can catch here.
With the pass intended the inside of number 11 to Saline. Loses possession as Allen now for Saline, fighting just to contain it. As it's sent out of bounds once again.
And Allen was a little too anxious to with that ball there. I think she was she was too busy looking down the field in order to find out what her next steps were. She was anticipating her second course of action before she had her first course of action solidified. And that was in terms of corralling the ball. And now Novi going to look to increase their lead to 5 here.
Zensara looking for that driving lane, takes the shot,
Wow,
and finds the back of the net in the bottom right, bringing the lead to a 10-5 over Saline. Once again, that was number 6, Zensara for Novi.
And once again, if you guys would like to hear me and Patrick once again this Friday night call more lacrosse, the boys lacrosse team will be taking on a very formidable opponent in the Plymouth Wildcats. It will be at 7 p.m. as it usually is. The broadcast can always be found at salinelive.com. The password is Saline, and it is always lowercase.
Absolutely.
Saline now finds themselves in a little bit more of a deep hole here as Hill is going to look to win the faceoff. If Saline's able to win this faceoff here, it will be a start because it's going to be really important for them. And Hill, the Albion commit, able to kind of get a jump ball, so to speak. However, Novi, once again, able to seemingly corral those 50-50 balls, and I think that's another reason why they find themselves in the driver's seat now, is it just seems a lot of those 50-50 balls that could go either way are going in favor of the Wildcats.
Absolutely, and that was Novell there taking the face-off for the Wildcats. Currently, possession is with Hansen. Sent over to Zensara. Zensara looking for a back-to-back goal opportunity. Pass sent to the outside to number 12 for Novi. Kaznuzits. Up front for number 9, Novell looking for a lane opportunity. Pressure put up by the Hornets is not allowing and shutting down every opportunity, but the whistle is blown.
Well, Hill with some phenomenal defense there, and it's been her offense and her defense that kept the Hornets in the game for as long as it did, but her alone, her and Livesey alone aren't going to be able to carry the team. They're going to start needing other contributions from other key players, especially the Zipkas, Celeste Roof, among other people. Good save there on a tricky bounce save. It didn't have a lot of velocity on it, but when those balls are ricocheted like that, did a good job calming down, following her steps, following what she's supposed to do, and was able to get a save there. And a foul is going to be blown on the Wildcats as Saline once again is...
Possession now is with Deuce for the Hornets. Sent to Klusterman.
Boy, Klusterman's got Hill wide open if she wants her, and she does, and Hill...
The wide open lane opportunity, looking for the drive and the shot. Finds the back of the net. Giving Saline that extra goal, bringing it to 10-6 as Novi still leads with just under 20 minutes remaining in the half. And that could be just what they need, a little momentum.
Well, it was just that, but, you know, we saw it from right here, and from this press box angle that we have, you can kind of see the scoring opportunities develop. And we saw Klusterman doing a really good job stick handling, doing a good job not losing possession there, and Hill was wide open, did a really good job finding Hill. And Hill doing a good job just, you know, kind of putting the team on her back right now and just saying she's going to do it herself. And, you know, if her and Livesey are able to take this game to another level here, we could be in for a really interesting conclusion of this 4th game of the year for Saline.
So looking at the face-off once again. This is up in the air as Livesey took that initial face-off against Novell, and Novell walks away with possession now. It's pressured by Livesey, looking for that opportunity, sends it over to Kaznuzits.
And more than else, Novell's just a little bit taller than Livesey, and that's all it was. Oh, boy, wide open. Oh, what a save by Zipka. Wow.
Novell there wide open up front, shut down by Zipka.
Boy, dead to right. Another goal, boy. Saline's really got to get some help on defense.
It's Richardson now out back, pressured by Hill and Roof.
Zipka might have just had the best save of the night there. But once again, another shot by the Wildcats, man. What a save by Zipka, though, man.
His whistle's blown and play is stopped. And it looks like Richardson of Novi will start with possession and have an opportunity here. The whistle blown, she sends it wide of the goal.
Saline's got to find a way to get it clear out here. It kind of reminds me of a hockey power play as an analogy. I think that applies in this situation. It's just shot and shot and shot after goal, and you just get the feeling here that if they're able to continue to get these high leverage shots, they're eventually going to find a way to squeak one back. There's Zipka standing strong there.
Quick moves there by Novell, but whistle is blown once again, and play is stopped.
Is that foul is going to be called on Emily Hill. Hill, however, at this point of the game, you'd rather see her be a little over-aggressive than under-aggressive.
Novell with the shot after the whistle finds the back of the net, bringing Novi's lead to 11 to Saline's 6 with just under 18 remaining in the second half.
Well, you just got the feeling that was what's going to happen. You can't get it out of, they can't get it out of their offensive zone. And Hornets, I can't imagine Coach Glenn is going to be very happy here. She's really given some coaching advice to Livesey, to Hill, to the Saline key senior leaders there, but they were unable to get it clear out there. And you just have the feeling that after, you throw enough darts on the dartboard, and eventually you're going to get a bullseye, and that's what happened.
As we head towards the face-off once again, it's going to be Livesey.
Saline after that goal there once again.
Against Novell, as Novell nearly gains possession there. Whistle's blown, play is stopped. As Novell will still maintain possession.
And Livesey perhaps getting a little too stick-happy there. Is Novell. Continues to look. Good pass. Another goal for
Novi.
Novi.
Outside to number 7 of Novi, who finds the back of the net. It's Smythe there.
Well, that was a gut punch for the Hornets if there ever was one, after being able to get the deficit back down to 6-10 here. 2 goals within a 15-second period here. Now the Hornets find themselves down by 6, and now they're starting to approach that danger zone that they've been kind of able to avoid so far here tonight. But Novi, just give all the credit in the world to them, man. I mean, being down 4-1, and they have just come back with a vengeance, able to pretty much knock Saline out and out and out. And Saline struggling to kind of get back up after that initial punch out. 17:25 here. Hornets still have plenty of time, but they're going to have to start by winning face-offs.
And Novell goes in a third straight face-off win right there. Down the field, number 10, Hansen, has possession for the Wildcats. Sent over to number 4, Worth. This pass was intended for Hansen, sent out of bounds. And Saline will gain possession, as that's Roof now. Pressured hard by nearly 5 Wildcat defenders.
Well, Roof just needs to slow down. She's trying to bull her way through. Good. Livesey did a good job corralling that pass. Not the world's best pass there by Roof. You try not to throw it when there's in contested traffic like that. However, no harm, no foul there for the Hornets.
There's a long pass there intended for Layden.
At the end of the day, though, Novi is going to be able to regain possession there. That's hurts a little bit for the Hornets as they were able to get out of that offensive zone of Novi.
As Novi with possession now, pressured hard by 2 Saline defenders.
Good defense there by Hill and Layden. Their whistle's going to be blown again, and we're going to have a reset in action.
There's number 13 with possession there. Cotter looking for options. It's Smythe now. Sent out front to Novell.
Lob pass there from Novell.
Back to
Dorlag
Smythe.
doing a good job cutting off that momentum as Elena Smythe not able to get anything going.
Up front to Novell. Looking for a lane opportunity. She races at the inside. Takes the shot. Looks like it goes off the top of the crossbar. And out of bounds.
Once again, though, able to blow by those Saline fenders. What's kind of become the story of the night here. Which is about 15 minutes left here. And Saline's really got to be able to shore up their defense the last 15 minutes here if they hope to make a late run and make things interesting.
As Hansen there seems to have gotten away with a kick. And Worth over to Novell. A long pass to the outside to number 13, Cotter. Cotter slowing the pace of the game.
Well, that's really smart there by Novi, too. When you're up by 6 goals, no need to rush it. Let let everything come to you, and they did. And Novi, once again, another goal there for the Lady Wildcats.
That was number 9, Novell, with a big, wide open, arcing, swooping in front of the goal and finding the back of the net.
You know, it's just really interesting to me that we've not seen a lot of Pringle so far this second half. She's been, getting some water the last 10 minutes, and she didn't come out here that first half. But Novell's really kind of picked up the slack in her absence. Obviously when your best player's down on the bench, it was a key opportunity, a golden opportunity for Saline to muster a little bit of a run. And so far they've not only not managed to do that, but they've managed to find themselves in a deeper hole here. And with 7 goals, with a 7-goal deficit here, they just got to start by winning faceoffs. They win faceoffs here, it's a start, and then you start building on that. You start building on that little bit of success, but just need a little bit of momentum here. Hopefully something sticks.
Absolutely. With just under 15 remaining in the game, Novi leads 13 to Saline 6.
And once again, folks, we will be back on the air this Friday and Saturday. This Friday, Saline will be taking on the Plymouth Wildcats at 7 p.m. The password is always salinelive.com, or the website, is always salinelive.com. The password is always Saline, and weather permitting, we will try to bring you guys the Saturday game, as Saline will duel Midland at 6 o'clock. However, due to the threat of rain and rainstorms, we can't promise you guys that we'll be able to get that game in. However, we'll see what will come of that. I know Michigan canceled their spring game because of the threat of weather forecast, so I just think that when a football team out of all teams cancels because of rain, that doesn't necessarily bode great for our chances to get the game in on Saturday. But I've been wrong before, and hopefully I'm wrong again.
Absolutely.
Hill now looking to take the face off here, and
Facing off against Novell, who's had 3 back-to-back face-off wins in these 3 back-to-back face-offs.
well, more now than anything else, senior leadership, especially for Livesey and Hill's, got to face off, and Hill's got to start winning some of these face-offs here to try to do anything possible to kind of put a cork in the never-ending river that has been Novi's offensive rhythm here the last 25 minutes of action.
Looks like Hill is nearly able to walk away with possession there. Giving Saline the opportunity, pressured by 3 Novi defenders. Finds a lane all the way up front to the goal and takes it right to the back of the net. Bringing Saline to trailing 13-7 with just over 15:30 remaining. And an excellent goal there by Hill.
Well, it all starts with face-off wins, as we've been saying. Look at what they're able to do that. Novi, when Saline has been able to win face-offs, hasn't had an answer for Emily Hill. And if they're able to win that, I think you have to continue to go with Hill here in the face-off circle, because she's getting possession and she's been able to run 30, 40 yards, and no one's been able to stop her here. Saline now, if they're able to get a couple of goals here, still plenty of time, 14 minutes here, all the time in the world for the Lady Hornets. However, they have to start winning some of those face-offs. Livesey and Hill both do.
Livesey took the face-off there against Novell. Novell currently with possession, looking to repeat Hill's action there. However, shut down by Livesey, as Novi now plans to slow the pace of the game, and Pringle with current possession.
Now Saline's got to worry about Pringle and Novo, so it's going to be really interesting to see how Coach Glenn...
And a pass inside to Novell, looking for that shot off the crossbar.
But once again, though, that is just too easy of a shot. You know, you cannot allow a lady with just that much room and no stick contention or anything. I mean, that's just too easy. And once again, Novi.
And shot taken by number 4, Worth by Novi.
You know, that's backbreaker once again for the Hornets, and I think that may end up becoming the story of the game here tonight so far, is every time Saline scored 2 goals here in the second half, Novi's been able to not only contest that, but able to go on little mini runs of their own, and Saline's got to go on a pretty substantial run here if they want to find themselves back in the game. They can't keep trading goal for goal. But Nonetheless, Emily Hill going to be looking to win the faceoff here and just repeat and score another goal here for the Hornets.
And with just under 14 remaining in the game, Novi leads 14 to Saline 7. And the faceoff goes as Hill nearly gains possession against Novell. The Hornets and the Wildcats fight for it, but Novell seems to just nearly contain the possession and gathers it up herself, looking for another opportunity to find another lane, and finds the back of the net once again.
And I think you're starting to really see kind of the effects of Saline missing Anna Lachard being the Hornets' best defenseman. Her and Klusterman are probably the Hornets' two best defensemen. And with Lachard being out, another senior leader for the Hornets, just a really physical young lady for the Hornets that gives them a lot of toughness on that defensive side. And so far, you just kind of wonder what would have been if she was able to suit up here tonight. We're not completely sure as to why she's not suiting up, but the bottom line is Saline is sorely missing her impact on the defensive end so far.
Absolutely. The faceoff once again taken by Hill and Novell as the Hornets walk with possession. Livesey now. Pressure by Novell.
And we just got notice that Lachard is actually in Haiti with the senior capstone trip where they normally go to Haiti and apply water purification systems. Really noble thing that Jen and Drew Jensen have that set up there. Something that I know the young men and women of Saline really look forward to and really able to give back to the community. Is obviously living in Saline. I can only attribute this to myself, but I've been very fortunate and very blessed to live in such a phenomenal school system. So to be able to give back to those less fortunate is really a hallmark of Saline, and community service is something that it's more important than any lacrosse game, so props to Lachard for doing that.
And a Hill looking for the round action to get a shot on the goal. Cannot find it as she's pressed to the back and sends a shot out of bounds. His whistle is blown.
I believe we're going to have a little bit of
A yellow card. And it's going to be on Hill.
well, that might be the nail in the coffin there for the Hornets, and she's going to be forced to sit out for a couple minutes here. And really interesting to see, though, and I'm quite interested to see, even if Saline's not able to come back and score a comeback victory here, how are they going to be able to cope without Lachard and Hill? Who's going to be their playmaker now that they're down a woman? Who are they going to turn to in order to kind of quell some of this offensive rhythm? I think Klosterman and Livesey obviously are going to be two really big key cogs for the Hornets going here on out here.
Hickson now with possession, looking for a lane opportunity. Pressure to the outside, pushed to the outside by Roof there, on the back. Nearly gets right in front of the goal as it's gathered by Saline there. Pressured out front by Hickson. This ball dropped right in front of the goal.
That's a break that the Hornets so desperately needed.
Number 10, Layden with possession currently. Pressured hard by number 7, Smythe of the Wildcats as the whistle is blown. Play is stopped. And Layden will still maintain possession.
And with 11 minutes to go here, Emily Hill getting a quick drink of water before she checks back in here. Saline finds themselves down 15-7.
Layden looking for a quick opportunity to set up the offensive attack for the Hornets, hopefully getting another goal under their belt. With a quick push inside, and a shot sent wide right and out of bounds. With a long pass sent a Wildcat goalie to Pringle. That was Wilbur there sending the pass. Pringle now trying to outrun two Hornets. And pressured by Roof in front.
Boy.
Looks like Pringle now looking for coast-to-coast opportunity. Loses her footing. And nearly loses possession of the ball. As the whistle is blown and play is stopped.
I believe it is going to be an infraction on Roof as she did get her stick over the whatever and tried to shield. You're not allowed to shield stick from the incoming contact, and Saline able to maintain possession there. Is a quick ricochet ball, and Emily Hill, who just checked in now.
Emily Hill trying to use her speed to gain the advantage It's a 3-on-3 opportunity against with the Hornets, looking for that shot opportunity with a
man,
good block
what
there by
another
Wilbur.
shot by Wilbur. Yeah, she is. That's about the 5th or 6th save she is. And that is a hard thing to do when you have a ball that's the size of a tennis ball that's flinging at you that hard, and you're able to stand in there, you know, knowing that you might very well get pegged pretty hard and able to stop that ball. It's something that not a lot of people can do. So props to Wilbur for having a phenomenal game.
Pringle now up front, guarded by Roof.
And clock's starting to become a factor here for the Hornets, but only 9.5 minutes to go here. Down by 8 goals, they're going to have to start putting on the run pretty quickly and starting to put their foot on the gas if they hope to have any chance to get back in here.
Absolutely. Pringle still slowing the pace of the game big time, giving the Wildcats plenty of opportunities to set up an offensive movement.
And I know that a lot of you guys are Saline baseball fans out there who may be listening to our broadcast, and we would just like to pass along information that the Saline baseball team won 3-2 today. They had several games rained out due to poor weather conditions. Obviously, Saline not having a, major grounds crew service, being only a high school amateur baseball team, struggling to get some of those games in there. But nonetheless, Saline obviously coming off that really important win over Northville in the state championship last year with that. However, Novi with their 16th goal of the game.
A big shot there taken by number 2 of Novi, Hansen.
But nonetheless, with key contributors coming back, Ethan Kolick, who's committed to play baseball at Central Michigan, Cole Daniels, a DH for the Hornets, left-handed DH, and a pitcher for them. Also will sometimes slide in at first base, committing to play Kentucky to throw. Danny Wiedmeyer, really big contributor, and other guys like Jaden Belskis, who committed to Albion. Saline's baseball team obviously going to the state championship 5 times, and finally able to break through last year and win for the first time. They kind of shrugged the distinction of kind of being the Buffalo Bills of high school baseball. I know how much that meant to the Saline community and how much it meant to Coach Tyson to be able to do that. And after several heartbreaking losses, they lost to Brother Rice a couple of years ago in the finals. They lost to the Pilots a couple of years back, but nonetheless, they were able to win and really bring a state championship to Saline here.
Possession cut there. Wilk originally had it. Now Saline for number 6. Allen pressured hard by 3 Wildcats. Possession going back and forth. As number 3, Lim walks away with it. Lim pressured by Roof and Livesey. That was Dorlag, not Livesey. My apologies. This whistle was blown. Play stopped.
Hopefully with this next warm front coming in, though, we're going to have a lot more games on tap that ain't going to be canceled due to inclement weather. It's supposed to be 70 on Friday, so really looking forward to that. Probably going to be our nicest broadcast of the year. If you guys were with us in the winter, me and Patrick talked about, being able to open the press box and kind of relax a little bit, and it's kind of been 25 and rainy and snowy here the last several weeks, but really looking forward to that broadcast on Friday.
And Sara now struggling to keep possession as he takes it right out the back, right out the back of the field, and Saline will maintain possession. Yes, please. Saline currently with possession as number
18.
18, sorry.
Continuing to bring it up. Still looking for anyone around.
Is Hill now with possession. Sitting at the top, waiting for an opportunity.
Waiting for an opening. Tries to run in. Eventually he's going to cut back. Livesey now. Trying to make something happen. Nothing doing. Flip it back over to Allen.
Allen looking for an open lane. Just cannot find it. Wildcat defense shutting down any opportunities.
Well, they're really biting down on the Hornets defense after, Saline scored four goals within 6 minutes, and they've only scored 3 goals the last, what'd that be now, like 40 some odd minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So really attribute that to them making really good in-game adjustments and, not panicking. And I think that maybe ended up being the difference of the game is they got down, but they really were able to, they were able to relax. They were down by 3 goals, but no worry, knew they had plenty of time left and knew that eventually some of the calls and a lot of the things would start going their way. And with just about 5.5 minutes to go here, Novi may be on their way to another win on the year.
Hill now with possession and an opportunity to get an inside shot opportunity. The shot there blocked as Novi gains possession. That's number 22 with possession. Pringle with a long pass intended for Wilk.
You know what, though? Even though Hill wasn't able to score on that, I don't think you can say enough things about Hill. However, we do have a young lady
Richardson.
down. I think she got a stick to the face there, and we're going to get a stoppage in play. However, never like to see that. Obviously, when you have a big stick, lacrosse being a physical sport, hopefully she's okay. And with that, we'll take a brief mainstay, and we'll be back to you once she is able to get off on the sideline. And that's Emily Pringle, who's been such a key contributor for the Lady Wildcats as she's clutching her left hand there. Hopefully she's okay. At a magnificent game for the Wildcats so far, and you can tell that she's in a lot of pain as she continues to grasp the hand here. But I have a feeling that if Saline's not able to score here, no reason to rush her back out with it only being 5 minutes left to go in the game and a pretty comfortable lead for the Wildcats. I don't see any need to bring her back out here, so I think her remarkable night might be done here.
And Sar now with possession, looking for that opportunity to get in the crease in front of the goal. Shut down as Dorlag is able to walk with possession. The pass sent up front, number 4, Hill.
Good little flick pass there by Dorlag. Another pass that just a little long for Hill. One of the few mistakes that she's made here tonight, but going off of that point, been, I think, by far and away the Hornets' key scoring threat. I can see why LBN likes her. Really has had a strong game all night. So overall, phenomenal night there for Emily Hill. And it's, in games like this, you got to look at for, really good individual performances to find a little bit of a silver lining. And so far, Emily Hill and Grace Livesey have really held up their fair share of the duty and the work, and they're exemplifying what it means to be a senior leader and a senior captain here at Saline.
Zipka to Livesey on the outside as Saline is kind of pressured further and further from the goal. Hill looking for the movement on the inside. Livesey looking for a pass opportunity, finds her own lane, tries to take a shot as it's blocked by the Wildcats.
And give something that Nova has really done well that I've noticed that Saline hasn't is whenever Saline's able to get in that zone, as Livesey has, Nova doing a really good job collapsing and clamping down on defense so that all of a sudden Livesey looks to shoot and she's got 5 ladies on either side of her and in front of her. Saline, Novi doing a really good job kind of spreading out Saline's defense so that they're not able to collapse.
Roof now looking for a lane opportunity to take it inside. Goes for the up top pass. Cannot find another Hornet. She regains possession as the whistle's blown and play is called dead.
But nonetheless, I think just really good spacing there by the Wildcats. Once again, they're going to have, I think the Wildcats are going to regain possession here with a little over 3 minutes to go. Ooh.
Current position by Novi.
I don't know if she lost her footing a little bit there. However, appears some frustration starting to set in just a little bit for the Hornets here.
This pass from Hansen intended for Ansar as the Hornets walk with possession. Long pass from Dorlag.
Saline's starting to ramp up some offensive intensity, though. Obviously, some really good things that they will hopefully be able to hang their heads on here as they go back, evaluate the film, and see what they can do better. I think with Lachard coming back from Haiti, they're going to be a lot better. Just missing a lot of that defensive threat because she would have probably been on either Noval or she would have either been on Noval or Emily Pringle. And if she was able to kind of, take blow from her or, be able to match their production, Saline might find themselves in a lot better position here. But nonetheless, with just about 2 minutes here, Saline finds themselves down 16-7 here, and it might be just about all she wrote for the Hornets here is they still are looking for their first win of the year. Hannah Allen right in front of the net with a hard wrist shot, not able to get anything going there, though.
As I said, out of bounds, and Saline will still maintain possession. Pass to the outside. Saline now looking to set up some sort of offensive movement.
Livesey now. Fancy maneuver in there, trying to get clear. Kloosterman followed the pass briefly, however, able to corral it, and Kate Kloosterman now looks as she's got a goal on the evening and had a couple goals a couple games ago when Saline played Brighton.
Hill now with possession. Looking for a big opportunity, although giving too much time for the Wildcat defense to set up an even defense perimeter.
And once again, folks, we would like to cordially thank all of our viewers out there. I know, listening to a broadcast on this Wednesday night may not be the most thrilling thing in the world. However, we would really like to thank all of our loyal viewers that do decide to come and hang with us. You guys are the reason that we continue to do this, and it's because of the support of the Saline community and all the resources that we've been provided that we continue to do this. And I think I speak for Patrick and myself when I say that just really been lucky and really been blessed to be able to do something like this.
Absolutely. Hill now looking for another opportunity, finds the back of the net with just over 30 seconds remaining in the game.
Saline goal number 4, Emily Hill.
Novi now leads 16 to Saline's 8.
And just going off of that previous point here, would once again like to thank our directors who have the hard job and our cameramen who have the hard job. You know, I've always said that we have really the easy job. Just big shout out to David Wieben, Lexi McCluskey, Lexi Morgan, who normally are our directors and really help to bring us, or are really the masterminds behind this content and this program. And then key cameramen such as Jackson Jost, Adair Jost, Lauren Laird, Colin Wagner, Thomas Pear, among others, who really helped to kind of go out there and brave the elements. You know, we that game that we covered last Friday, they were actually switching back and forth between cameramen and going up in this giant press box overhatch that we had. So big thanks to them folks. So for all of you guys out there listening, if you know any of these young men or women that we just named, give them a big hug for us, because they're the ones that do all the hard work. Me and Patrick just sit here and bring you guys just sit here and talk. So we have the easy job.
Oh, absolutely. With just under 10 seconds remaining, Novell looking for a quick opportunity before the game is over. The shot taken does not find at the back of the net. With that said, folks, Novi wins with a score of 16 to Saline's 8. And once again, folks, don't forget, this Friday we'll be back 7 p.m. for boys lacrosse. You can find us on SalineLive.com, where the password is always Saline and it's always lowercase. And as always, guys, I'm Patrick Canavan.
And I'm Nathan Stearns. Until next time, we'll see you guys Friday at 7 p.m.
Thank you for watching.